Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an attorney representing a Perry County man accused of murder enters a not guilty plea in court. And a couple of advocacy groups help police crack down on cockfighting by identifying more than a dozen rings across the state.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning to you on this Wednesday, 5:34. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks so much for waking up with us. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at that forecast this morning. And really, I guess it's all calm right now.
Yeah, so, not too bad. Yeah. Some rain off in the distance, but nothing major going on. And some of that rain might not even be reaching the ground. It's showing up on Doppler, but again, may not actually be reaching the, coming through the atmosphere to the ground. I'm going to wait. There it goes. Let's go over to UVA-wise. It was glitching there for a second. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, I'm just going to wait until it comes back. Not a bad morning over in Southwest Virginia. 55 degrees, warming up quite nicely out there. Still a couple of 30s in Grundy and Clintwood, some of those sheltered valleys. Already, though, in the upper 50s and low 60s. From Harlan through Middlesboro, which is our warm spot at 62, 61 in Somerset, 59 Williamsburg, 58 Monticello, 49 a little cooler up toward Urban, but you can see that warm air is pushing in quickly. Logan just went to 48 as well, so it's coming in quickly. Looking at Clarksville, already 69, 68 Paducah, and toward Nashville this morning, still 55 in Knoxville, and 44 across the river in Cincinnati. Warm air is surging in today, and we're going to see that really play a factor for us this afternoon with near record-breaking temperatures. If we get above basically 71 today, we're going to shatter those records. So I do believe we'll get there at least. And tomorrow we'll be close as we're forecasting 80 for a forecast high. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. But today, after the morning clouds and stray rain chances, we'll see the skies clear out. It's going to be a very nice end to the day. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Troy Campbell appeared in Perry County District Court on Tuesday. He's accused of murdering 29-year-old Ryan Whitaker. Police say the shooting happened in the early morning hours of February 18th. Well, during the hearing, Campbell's defense attorney entered a plea of not guilty and asked about Campbell's bond. Perry County District Court Judge Cody Gehring says Campbell is being held on a $100,000 cash or property bond. The judge said he plans to listen to the facts of the case at the preliminary hearing before making a decision or reducing or potentially increasing the bond. The preliminary hearing is set for February 28th. A former state lawmaker is suing his daughter's accused killer. State troopers say Shannon Gilday broke into Wesley Morgan's Richmond home and killed his daughter, Jordan. Today marks 1 year since her death. Court records show Morgan filed a wrongful death suit against Gilday on Monday. Gilday's mother is also named in the suit, claiming she helped him plan the home invasion. Gilday will be back in court next month. Two advocacy groups are shining a light on illegal cockfighting in the Commonwealth. Animal Wellness Action teamed up with the group Shark to identify and list 16 cockfighting arenas in counties across the Commonwealth. The group says they obtained drone footage of one in Magoffin County. Federal law bans the possession and sale of animals for fighting. But the president of Animal Wellness Action says many groups come in from out of state because Kentucky laws are less severe.
So you're seeing that people are coming into Kentucky because it's viewed as, number one, a state without as severe a set of penalties as these neighboring jurisdictions. And also, it appears that in some cases, local law enforcement has been corrupted.
Well, the group also says new research shows a link between cockfighting events and the spread of avian flu to humans. Well, multiple Kentucky school districts say they're seeing a growing issue when it comes to vaping among students. The Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky says letters sent home in Knox and Harlan counties are just part of a much larger problem. Jeremy Toms talked with the nonprofit about their concerns.
Ben Chandler with Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky says children and teens using e-cigarettes has become a real concern.
I don't have any problem with adults using these products to try to quit smoking, but by far the greatest use of these products is with young people who are using the products illegally.
In the past week, 2 Kentucky school districts have addressed issues with vaping. Harlan County Schools sent out a letter calling it an ever-growing problem and noted that 8 Knox County children across 3 schools suffered serious problems as a result.
You can go to any school in this state and they'll have a drawer that they can show you full of confiscated vaping.
The CDC says nicotine can harm the developing adolescent brain, affecting parts that control attention, learning, and mood.
Up to the time you're 25 years old, your brain is still developing, and you put nicotine in the mix, and it's going to harm you.
In their letter, Harlan County Schools notes that these children say they're getting products from convenience stores, so they're urging local businesses to move them behind the counter. But Chandler proposes creating more accountability for where these vapes end up.
What we need to fix this problem, one of the things we need is to get anybody who sells vapes to be licensed so that we can track the sale of the vapes and try to snuff it out at its source.
Jeremy Toms, WYMT Mountain News.
Chandler also called for a ban on the flavored vapes, which he says draws more young people into using the products. Well, the future for one Pike County nursing home is unclear after the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services terminated its agreement last week. The termination notice claims Parkview Post-Acute and Rehabilitation Center in the Shelby Valley community, quote, has failed to substantially comply with Medicare and Medicaid health and safety participation requirements, end quote. Now, the exact cause of the termination was not released. The Medicare website removed its rating for the facility at some point, saying the nursing home has been cited for abuse. The facility has had 19 federal fines in the last 3 years, totaling more than $1.26 million, and had 3 Medicare payment denials since 2020. It is unclear at this time if those are directly related to the termination of the Medicare provider agreement. Pikeville Elementary School's Inventors Squad kicked off this month, inviting students to the table to learn in a new way. The program is offering older students a chance to create prosthetic arms with Legos and 3D printing while turning the younger students into marble roller coaster architects. While the students are working through the first phase with cardboard, learning how to change things up.
When you sit and you just listen to their conversations and see them kind of create and problem solve, there's so many possibilities in these groups.
Well, educators hope to expand the problem-solving aspects in future camps involving local businesses to pitch problems for the students to solve. Well, with egg prices spiking and several local farmers losing their poultry stock following last year's flood, well, those with the Breathitt County Conservation District wanted to help in any way they could. That's why they created the Egg Layer Program. This incentive is for Breathitt County farmers to purchase chicks at a reduced price to help rebuild their poultry stock and to implement more self-sustaining solutions throughout the community.
We get excited to see our farmers get excited about a program. If it's something that they like, if they're excited, that means that we're doing something that they're going to appreciate and something that they're maybe going to want to do in the future as well.
Well, those with the Conservation District say they hope this program can inspire other districts across the region to implement similar incentives. They add that if this program goes well, they will consider offering more like it in the future. Well, just ahead this morning, a crisis team will be making the rounds at the next Oscar ceremony in case there is ever a repeat of the incident between Will Smith and Chris Rock at last year's event.
We're going back to the 70s this afternoon, and we could break or tie some records. On the downside, it's going to be a breezy day. I'll tell you all about it in about 3 minutes.